Wait, I don't even know. Think if I need to have a video for this. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. I just, I just been spending all this morning working on this and listening to people complain about the generation divide of boomers and Gen X or whatever. And it kind of got to a point to everybody's just repeating themselves. I should like put on something that I can listen to in the morning. Maybe even maybe some lo-fi hip hop or something like that. Something classical. Some classical music. It kind of sucks because like sometimes when I tell people, yeah, I like listening to classical, they're like, oh, what do you like? Listen to Beethoven, uh, Bach, Debussy, and I'm like, I don't know, just what's on my YouTube playlist. I hope it's not AI. I love listening to 50 most beautiful classical music. That's me. Like, can you guys even hear this? I don't know if it's even picking up. Oh wait, properties. That's why. Wait, hold up. I forgot that classical music is copyrighted. Oh, no data? What do you mean no data? Hello? Testing. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, something's up with my camera for sure. I'm gonna take that off. Because we're not doing that today. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. I guess I'll just play. I guess I'll play video game music. Because that's like the only thing. The only thing close enough to royalty free on YouTube land. Okay, cool. Since my since my face isn't gonna be on the screen, I'm gonna play this music just to just for people to know that I'm here. All right, let me see if I can get the Discord server link up and running. And before anybody says anything, no, I do not play Roblox. Get to stepping. All right. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Shoot. There we go. Bam. Pen message. Such a shame. Just a shame nobody can ever look at that. I can't believe I haven't done this for this comic. I've isolated every. Let me think. Yeah, I isolated every panel for every comic that I've done so far. It's just with this one, I just I just didn't get around to it. I think that's what I'm gonna do with this stream. I'm gonna see if I can how long I can do this before I just get utterly exhausted until I start miscounting. Okay. Oh, what? Why isn't the music going? Oh, there we go. That should be fine. Add some production value to this at least, at the very least. I think it would be good to have like some sort of topics to talk about. But yeah, getting people to join a server or just to talk about anything. I don't know why it's so as difficult as it is. Just getting an engaged... Wait, hold up. Okay, cool. I thought I was being drowned out. But getting an engaged audience is one of the most difficult things I have ever had to do in my life. And the fact of doing a lot of what I'm doing without any guidance, proper guidance, formal guidance, just the only things guiding me right now are YouTube tutorials whenever they're not trying to sell me courses or what? Yeah, when they're not trying to sell me courses or some sort of subscription or whatever. It's either that or ChatGPT saying, here's a step-by-step list of like how to get to where you need to go. And if it's not that, it's just the Holy Spirit, honestly. Uh-oh. I was thinking about posting on Reddit again regularly. But it's... I just gotta have to read the room and notice that like my kind of comics, my kind of whatever I do is not going to be at home because the comments on Reddit, they're more of a comedy variety, like 4-page, set up punchline, easy to share. And my sequential art is just that. It's just, it has a story that you have to be invested in to continue reading. So you have to be interested at the very least to at least try to care. I guess one solution is to make like easily shareable snippets or panel jokes. Can't beat them, you join them, you know? I don't know if this music is like... I'm gonna try to make the music. I'm looking at the gauges right now. And I'm trying to make the music half of my voice. I wonder if there's a plugin in OBS that silences the music as you talk. I'm pretty sure there is. Wait, maybe I need to make another one. Maybe I need to make another thing. Actually, join the server. Get by the Purgatory Academy duology on Amazon. There we go. You know what sucks? I can't even do links on shorts. Which, you know what? Yeah, sure, I get it. I get why YouTube does that. I'm not gonna be a hater. Because I remember the first time when they released shorts, they allowed links. And I can already tell how bad of a security risk that was. Yeah, I can already tell how bad of a security risk that was probably going to be. At least, especially for shorts. Well, we all know the people who use shorts are young. Except, or like, too young to even be on YouTube. I think we've kind of gone to a bell curve of internet literacy. Because there was a generation that grew up on the internet that knew not to click on links. Kind of knew how the internet worked, how to be tech savvy. But now people don't. I think everything, since the internet and technology have become so streamlined, it looped back around to the point that nobody has to know anything about technology anymore. And now we're back. Now we're back at square. Well, I wouldn't say square one. Probably square two. When it comes to technological literacy, if that's the right phrase for it. Would this be one panel or two? Because yeah, it's two panels actually. Let me just do this. But if I do it like this, sure, less work. I'm gonna do less work, because that's me. I hate work. That's me, the work hater. But yeah, I remember, but back to what I was talking about, looking at the generational divide. I was about, before I was going to stream, I was looking at a video. Well, I was about to look at a video about literacy. How literacy, or is the literacy rates are going down every generation. And a lot of these things make sense. It sucks that we are living in cyberpunk, you know? Well, I hear that China is really living in cyberpunk with all the aesthetics and and all of that, while America is just living in, what do we even call it? We live in a cyberpunk that never progressed past 9/11. Like, how did that happen? Well, 9/11, that's how it happened, actually. Yeah. When you see all the futuristic stuff about China, yeah, it's probably CCP propaganda. But it would be so awesome if we had that kind of propaganda. If we had those kinds of, well, I say we as Americans. If Americans had that kind of futuristic aesthetic propaganda, and all we have is what, the globe, the 360 globe in Vegas. Who cares? Being ran by like 1,000 NVIDIA GPUs, and NVIDIA's not even focused on making graphics cards for gamers anymore. They're focused on making graphics cards for AI because that's the new bubble that's going on. And don't get it twisted. I'm sure China has their bubbles and their bursts. And I speak about it as if I'm talking if the grass is greener on the other side. And that's, I can't not feel like that, right? But I haven't been to China in a way where I wasn't on a tour guide, on a heavily curated tour guide. But that was like almost 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure China, Beijing, and Shanghai are way different, or so different from the last time I've been there. That was like 2019. And I remember it was November of 2019 because I remember when I got home, that was the month that COVID hit America. It was crazy. It was nuts. But the whole COVID thing was pretty funny for me because everybody was so sad about being locked in while I was already locked in making this comic, actually. You know? Like, I think I dropped out of college. Around then too. I don't think it was because I did want to work on the comics full time without even having the money to do so. But I did put a lot of my FAFSA money into crypto. So, at that time. So it really is a right place, right time type situation for me. Like, if I wanted to travel I don't want to travel around the world unless it's for business opportunity. And and I'm saying business opportunity as I absolutely know that there's going to be like a business opportunity, or that I'm going to make money from it, you know what I mean? I think when I was going around selling my comics, I was around Philly and farmers markets. I've been operating off of the notion of you'll never know. Like, you'll never know if you meet somebody that could launch your career. You post content on the internet because you never know if what the next thing that you post will be the one that will blow up. And after doing that for so many years, I absolutely detest the idea of doing something because you never know. I'm completely burnt out of that idea. But recently I've been to a funeral of one of my uncles, and I've been given so much encouragement through my family, because my family vaguely know that I've been working on comics, like this kind of stuff. And when I went over, it was kind of like a second reunion in a way. When I went over and I showed them hey, this is like what I do. I brought my comics over, hopefully to probably get somebody to buy something. I know it sounds so weird to say it. Trying to get some sales off when the family gets together for like a funeral. But everybody who said like, no, yeah, this is your calling, dude. You got to keep going. And I was like, you know what? Actually, true, very true. And it feels really good when people pray for you. But I was talking with my dad, and he was talking to me about having something stable at the airline because what? I'm trying to think. Sorry. They say he has like something stable for me at the airline because he knows a guy that can get me hired on the spot without even doing an interview. And one thing about me is that I hate doing interviews. Interviews are what the heck? Okay. Yeah, I guess the camera is just permanently dead. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Dude, seeing a still image while I'm live is such an uncanny thing. But anyway. Maybe that's what I'm gonna call the talk show, the morning grind. Like I talk for 30 minutes working on stuff like this. But streaming is a very a lonely path. I guess when I was listening to that whole generation divide about no real aid when it comes to your career, like what to do with your life. It really makes you think, like, who is to blame? Is everybody to blame, or is nobody to blame? Because if you blame everybody, there's nothing that you can do, you know? If no one is to blame, then you just have to get yours. You strive, you wake up, and you have to get yours. And so for some people, it's by any means necessary. For a lot of people, it's by any means necessary. What am I talking about? And as I get older, it's really funny how I absolutely understand why everybody just grew to detest the form of capitalism that we have today. Because it doesn't help like a lot of people in the long run. It drives everybody to their own rat race of subjecting themselves to a cog in the machine. And I remember listening or hearing about the ancients. I forgot if it was like the Romans or Greeks or whatever, but how they did not like the idea of work or talking about their work or making their life surrounded by what they do. That was cringe. What was virtuous is understanding what did you do, what did you like doing outside of work. You know what I mean? Like what are your hobbies? What are the things that you think about the most? And that is what drew conversation. That is what made that individual who they are, you know? Their interests, what makes them happy about getting up out in the morning, you know? But now we work. And when we're not working, we indulge ourselves in media. We indulge ourselves in media to the point that our identity can be summarized on a t-shirt or a bumper sticker on something that's our identity is mass produced. In what we do as jobs are, in fact, the means to the ends of consuming an endless pile of consumption and not producing. And I think that's why I get so engaged with a lot of the Doomer content. I find myself watching a lot of Doomer content on YouTube. It tends to find me. The algorithm knows what I like and knows what I like to hear. It's just the endless sea of pessimism. And the only people that I hear are optimistic are the people that already made it, or they already made it, or they are just happy about where they found themselves with a job to... Wait, what's going on? Yeah, with a job to pay for their consumption. You know? Or a family to provide for. Yeah, it really, I get the idea of being a forgotten generation, because that's what it really feels like. The Forgotten Generation 2, the second Forgotten Generation, or the Lost Generation. I think that's what's been going on in Japan. Just several generations of everybody being lost. And it really is interesting how it reminds me of having a conversation with one of my uncles. And I think all of my uncles, their thing is about reparations. And as of right now, I'm not really a guy for it. For certain reasons. But I forgot what I was talking about. Dang, I forgot what I was talking about. Shoot. Not the reparations thing. Oh yeah, the Lost Generations. Oh yeah, now I remember now. The government, it really is the federal government's fault, where they can treat their people better. They choose not to. And that's my thing about reparations. is that we all know that the government can do this. It's people say like no, everybody who gets when you ask like any ethnic group in America, like even the ethnic groups that considers themselves white, they will have some sort of history tying back to how the federal government wronged them. Everybody like getting some sort of false bag of goods, right? And let me crop. And so, but like one thing about that whole idea of the federal government giving people money, and I remember people hearing the idea of the government can't do that because inflation, and I'm like the government. I wouldn't even say that's a good one because we see the government print out billions of dollars just to give to foreign nations that don't even help us. And the idea of the government printing out billions of dollars, just absolute billions of dollars, just to give to someone else. And that help, and that love, and that appreciation doesn't reciprocate. I'm like, that's interesting. Like, yeah, we can't. The idea of you can do something, but being able to do something and actually going through with it are two completely different things. That tells me like there is not a world where America will choose to do right by its people. Oh wait, here we go. No, not responding. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'll choose different pages for those. Different pages for those. But yeah, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. And another thing that I thought about when it comes to like reparations is that the government, I know like 110%, if the government gives people money, it's going to find a way to bring that money back to the point where they're like, we're not even gonna try because it's gonna end up in our hands anyway. The federal government will say that they will act as if they know that they will treat the money better than their citizens, because it's not about treating like how to govern your people efficiently, not even justly or humanely, just efficiently. It's not about that. And I think the way that specifically Americans, I don't know who the audience I'm talking to, because the audience is usually, I bet my audience, the people listening right now are probably outside of America, most likely outside of America, because it makes no sense for Americans to be up at 10 a.m. listening to live streams, right? But it shows to me, it speaks to me how the only change that I can probably see for the foreseeable future is not going to be from the people, the civilians, because the civilians are too comfortable. We are too comfortable to do anything about it, to do anything about anything. Like, the system has to collapse in on itself, or we have to wait 20 years for the right people, for like the old people to die out. 20, 30 more years for the old people to die out. Probably another 40, because goodness gracious, these old people, like, for a bunch of old people working the most stressful jobs, probably in human history, governing the most powerful world in not powerful world, the most powerful nation in the free world. You know, you would think that they would like die of like stress or a heart attack or whatever. You would think, right? You would think that they wouldn't last. Like there wouldn't be anybody over the age of 50 working in a position like that. Hey Angels, hey Matt, what's going on? I'm just I'm just talking bull. I'm just talking. I think I was working on isolating these panels for YouTube Shorts, and I was talking about uh just talking is crazy. No, I'm calling this the morning grind because I'm drinking coffee, doing busy work. This is like isolating comic panels to make into shorts. I call this busy work. And now that I'm live, politics, basically, it's interesting. Well, politics is part of it. It's mostly talking about the generational divide. Yo, can both of you get on the stream? I got both of you on Discord right now. I can probably put y'all in a group call. We could all be in a group call and just talk about whatever. Oh man. But yeah, I was like talking about the generational divide of how the previous generation, how why does everybody hate boomers, or they or the distance between Gen X and Z and all that stuff. Okay, I guess. All right. Just hit my line. Uh, calling up Matt. Yo, Matt.
What's up?
Yo, I was just talking about Generation X and Z. Like, and everybody hating the boomers or whatever. Because, what are your thoughts about that? Oh yeah, and Angel says Democrats and Republicans are the same. I don't believe that. They're just two sides of different evils. Like, but
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say like
I agree that yeah, go ahead.
yeah. No, sorry. Go on.
I was
I want to hear your point.
I was gonna say I agree that they're not on our side. I don't agree. I don't think that they're the same, but I just agree that they're not on the side of the people. Neither of them are.
Oh yeah, of course not.
So like,
But like also like why would they? You know what I
yeah,
mean? I don't think people ask that enough. Like why would they be on our side? Like what is the incentive for being on the side of the people?
yeah. I was thinking. I was like before you joined. I was thinking it's so funny how wait, yeah, I was thinking how was oh sorry, I was my brain just farted. I'm just drinking coffee right now. But yeah, I was thinking about like how it's so funny that there are people over 60 working the most stressful, seemingly supposedly being the most stressful job in existence, you know what I mean? The leading the free world, like the most powerful country in the free world. And you got people living like to 80, you know what I'm saying? In
Yeah,
office.
I mean when you talk about like boomers and then like Generation X and Z and all that shit, I think I like to think that the problem with boomers is that like they found out way too early that it was up to them. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like growing up in because the boomers are after World War II or during World War II.
Let me check. Let me check.
Whatever that was, there was a time period where like the parents of the baby boomers We're like,
Okay,
all right,
born between 1946 and 1964.
so literally like around
Like
fucking like
after, like the year, I think it was like the year after World War II.
yeah. So you have to imagine, right? It's like we're just in the Great Depression. We're kind of getting better, and then like you have all these people who are passing on to the kids, like, hey, son, or hey, lady, or daughter, we need you to run the country. You're gonna be the one that's running the country. And they're like, okay, you guys made it kind of easier for us because you just will get out of this depression. So we can kind of make this work as much as we want. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when you, I'm not saying everything was peaches and cream. However, though, shit was pretty peaches and cream for them comparatively. You know what I mean? Where like they have everything they need and they can kind of like innovate where they need it. Like, you know what I mean? Like for shit that they do need. You feel me? So like I think operating off that idea, I can see how they grow into older, bitter people. So because when you grow old, shit inevitably changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So being somebody who created a world that like was supposed to like keep them sane or whatever, and then growing into a world where like shit is like different, I can see why they're like, what the fuck, trans people, what are you gay? Oh, like that. You know what I mean? Because they really shouldn't even be alive to see this. Just being real. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they shouldn't
Yeah.
be alive to see this.
Yeah, because it reminds me of yeah, that is true. Because that reminds me of that what video of that war veteran saying, "I didn't die for like the country, I didn't die for this country or the country that it is right now. Like I died
And I'm like,
for."
yeah, you weren't supposed to see it, you fucking idiot. You were supposed to die in the war. Why would you stay alive to see all this? Like, you know what I mean?
Man,
Like
what?
realistically, right? All of our politicians should be like 60 years old at best. Right
Yeah,
now. None of them should be hitting 70 or 80. That should not be happening right now.
right.
Like, best case scenario, we should have gotten JD Vance and then Donald Trump as the vice president. You feel what I mean?
Yeah, it's so interesting how it really should like the vice president should be older than the president.
Yeah, even Joe Biden did that, and then Joe Biden like hit the like switch on it and would put Kamala as the thing, which was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because like objectively, right? We want younger blood because those are the ones that are gonna be able to make it through the thing. Why would we want an older president that's not gonna make it, or who's constantly on like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I
Oh,
want to say
watch.
I want to say this. Angel said the main people control both sides to help their agenda, not the human spirit. Yeah,
Okay.
I mess with
I
that.
see. I see where it comes from. Yeah,
I
yeah,
see where you're coming from. I see that. And it,
yeah.
it is really funny because I remember I like listening to like the white podcast. You know what I'm saying? White
Yeah,
podcast
yeah, yeah.
where the guys are like, guys, white people built this nation, and I like listening to that because it's kind of interesting seeing hearing their perspective of how they perceive it of we like they did a good thing, like white people have been like doing a good thing, and then as soon as like everybody when they gave everybody else rights, they're like, all right guys, now it's time to play fair. Well, all the other ethnics are like, no, this game has just been get like what was it, everybody got to get theirs. Like that,
Yeah.
everybody got to get theirs.
Yeah, it does
And
seem like the white supremacist point at this point is more like it's more like, yeah, we fucked up by being so nice. Like it was like I like how their thing is like the guys, we were so gracious that now we're paying for it. We can't pay for it anymore.
yeah, it
Which
really
is
sucks.
fucking hilarious.
Also, and I'm like, no, you like I wouldn't say like I would not say like white people like built this country. It was pretty much the. I'm not even gonna say like any kind of group, like any kind of ethnic group of people built the country. I would just say it literally was the federal government that built this country. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's like
I was gonna say, right? It's like the fact that like white people are like claiming America is like so funny to me because honestly, like it's like if you really think about it, like the federal government was filled to the brim with like mutts. You don't know what the fuck were in their blood, so it's like you can never really say it was really fully white. Just being real about it.
yeah,
Like I'm not even being funny. It's just being real. Like
yeah. I'm like the the federal government, like the whites being like, "Yo, we actually built this nation." I'm like, dude, the actual people that built this nation, they would kill you if you inconvenience them. Like, if you
not
just
only that, they wouldn't even probably think you're white. They see you like
yeah.
a little bit Irish and be like, no, you're not even white. Like why are you like why are you sitting on our side of the table, dog?
I just find that so interesting.
Yeah. I mean like the white thing that's going on right now. Because you see a lot of white people feeling like fatigued with like all types of race things.
Hmm.
But that's always been going on. It's just that it's a little bit more prominent now because everybody has mics. But I remember that always was a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even when I was younger, like I remember like white guys, like their favorite lines, like adults would say this to me as a child and be like, "Oh man, I don't care if you're purple, yellow, red, or whatever. As long as you're cool, I don't give a fuck or whatever." And like whenever you'd bring up anything like that was like a black issue or something, they were like, "Oh, guys, come on, man! Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're all friends, we're all human, or whatever. We all bleed red, you
Okay.
know."
Angels ask, don't you think Angels, do you want to be on a voice call so you don't have to like type all the time? I have your Discord. Do you want to be in a voice call? Like we can do that.
What was
No
the
problem.
question?
Okay, Angels ask, uh don't you think race, social status, and everything in between is a social construct?
Of course it is. It literally is a social construct.
Yeah, humans have a really good way of categorizing everything.
No,
And
just
yeah,
because something's a social construct doesn't mean it's bad or
good.
good.
It's a categorize. I think that's just a categorization. I'm not
Yeah,
saying.
it's like how you label like containers. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's the evil version of that.
Didn't you just say it's not good or bad, but it's the evil version? I probably wasn't listening. I don't know.
No, I was just joking.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's like a, like realistically, like social constructs should be no, good nor evil. They should just be what they are, which are labels. They turn good or evil when you put emotion behind them and put a thing behind it where it's like, well, if you are part of this label, then you get rights. If you aren't part of this label, you don't get rights.
Yeah, like I don't think like for me how I believe everything right now, the whole idea of everything was just white and black. There was no brown, there was no yellow. That just came after cuz like there's no such thing as the only reason why I won't say there's no such thing as white and black. The white and black exists as we see today was to basically separate people who have rights, who are given rights by the federal government, because the federal government isn't white. They're the federal, like they're just above
They
that.
keep trying to prove to you niggas they're not white. They keep trying to do that, and
Yeah,
it's like every time they do that, it's like the white people double down on the thing, and then the black people double down on it, and they're trying to tell like they're trying so like they're gonna do another mass shooting. Like I'm calling it right now, they're gonna do another mass shooting just to prove to you niggas that they're not white. Like I
yeah,
promise you, they're gonna do it. And then niggas are gonna be so confused and scared, and you will have nobody with the blame but ourselves because they keep trying to say they're not white and they keep doing really scary shit to prove that they're not white.
wait,
Like
who's not white?
the federal government.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like every year something like really crazy happens, and it's like a thing where it's like, oh yeah, this was conducted by the white folk, or it's the white people being like, oh yeah, like this was against the white folk or whatever, and it's just like, no, dude, like this is like This is not the psyop you guys think it is. It's not a race related psyop. Like race in the grand scheme of things only really matters when we make it matter. Like you know what I
Mm,
mean?
yeah.
But like the amount of like effort you have to put towards making a race thing matter now at least is a lot. Like you really have to go for it, which is kind of what the Trump administration is doing right now. Is they're really going for the race thing, which is why it matters now. I guess you could say.
Hmm.
But I wish they would just stop. Like I wish, like honestly, like the fact that they're all acting like fucking 15-year-olds is like ridiculous to me. Like I see why nobody's ever like tried them yet. Like you know what I mean? Because like
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. Because like why would you at this point? You know what I mean? Like when people are this immature and this like fucking like silly, like why would you even be like why would you even try them at this point?
It's
Like we'll just get the serious ones after after they're all gone.
Angel says he's working at the moment, but next time he would love to. But and then he says problem, reaction, and solution. Yeah, the problem. I know everybody wants to talk about like the problem. Like there was a problem of everybody just being rowdy. The reaction. Well, I wouldn't say like everybody like being equal because there in a pre-race America there was everybody had their own had their place. You were in you were in the British government. One, you own land. Two, or you were a slave. Three, right? Those are those three things, and there was no real ethnic tie to any of those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after the rebellion, the British government literally invented like race, the concept of race, just so the so-called whites and blacks can be like preoccupied. They gave them like a toy box basically, and it's like, all right, play with this, and then like somewhere
Low
down
key
the line.
worked.
Yeah, Loki worked. And somewhere down the line, the whites were like, "Actually, we were the guys that made the federal government." Like, no, no, okay. It's like, okay, no, you weren't, but okay.
Nice try.
Unless you have ties to British royalty or the founding fathers, you're not them. You're literally not them.
Yeah, it is funny that like white people will try to claim
Or in the government.
like
Or in the government. You're not them. You're not.
yeah, unless you're a politician, literally,
Yeah,
it's to the point of that.
unless you're and that's like a really interesting thing about America too, because race is on an x-axis and then class is on the y-axis, right? And the thing about
Yeah,
America is that you can climb the y-axis. Where I live in America, so I speak of only in America. You can't do that any other place in the world.
yeah. You really can climb the y-axis. Like it's like it really all it takes is just like one big break,
Yeah, and
and it doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing either. You can literally be like fucking wrestling animals or whatever. But if someone catches you doing that and they think it's funny or something, you're out of here, dude.
dude,
You have like $1 million deals and shit. It's
like
crazy.
the best example is like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That nigga wasn't even born here, and he's the governor of California.
Yo, he went to one thing in California. Some guy was like, "Oh, that guy's fucking weird as shit. Let's put him in a movie." And he fucking became an actor and then became the governor of California, where he was fucking all of his like Latina maids. What story can you can't do that in China. You just can't do that in China. That's not something that's possible in China. He's
So-
German. He should have never heard of a Latina ever in his life. He should
right.
have been walking around just thinking about how bad the Holocaust was. That's the only thing he should have been thinking about his entire life.
Not only that, I know like through like like I remember him saying specifically he doesn't the reason why he doesn't speak German in the German dubs of the Terminators of the Terminator because his German accent is tied to a country hick accent. So even if he stayed in Germany, he wouldn't even go anywhere. You wouldn't have any like mobility.
Oh my god, man.
That's
What
so.
a what a kid.
Oh my gosh! Only in America though.
Yeah,
That's
only in America.
only
Seriously,
in
man.
America. That's why I say like it's always been you have to get yours.
Nah, dead ass. Dead ass.
And I guess like the white supremacists are like they see it as no we have to play fair. We like like there has to be like no we need to play fair. And it's like no we never it was a never a game to play fair. Ask anybody who isn't like white who has a history like the aboriginals, the abos or whatever people want to call it. They're like no that wasn't fair. Like you when you guys came
Yeah,
over here,
exactly.
that wasn't fair. You guys came over here to get yours.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I'm at a point where it's like, if you do like run with the white supremacist ideals or whatever, you're just late. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's how I am right now. Like, if you're like, you know, on that like, it's like, oh, whites committed everything, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're if you're on that tip, it's like you're late. You're 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 like 30, 40 years late, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just not like dealing in the future right now.
Yeah. It is what it is. It is
I mean,
what it
but you know
is.
what's funny though is that like white supremacists still won't claim racism. They won't claim the racist thing. They'll be like, "No, I'm not racist." And if they do say they're racist, they say it in a way where they're like, "Oh, I'm only saying this because the liberals want me to be racist or whatever." You know what I mean?
Yeah, cuz it I think to claim racism at this point in time to claim racism at this point in time is basically not socially popular. It's like saying that you like it's like in like the what was it in like like 1920 saying that you think black people are cool. You know what I mean? It's not socially acceptable right now.
Oh shit, that's funny.
That's how I see it. People like every white supremacist that says like no I'm not racist or like the right leaning people that says no I'm not racist. Like yeah you're saying that because it's not comfortable to say right now. People are not people like none of this is new. History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. And
Yeah,
being publicly racist, it's out of fashion right now. But given enough time, it's going to be back in fashion. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep.
Just like, oh my gosh, and it's gonna be so annoying when it comes back in fashion. You're gonna hear so many people being like, "My man, I knew about this all along." But you could like,
Guys, I was this racist before all you guys. Oh man, that's gonna be such a shitty. Because then like everybody's like, all black people are gonna be like segregated again, and then we have to all like hang out at the fucking like I don't know, like we're all hanging out in Raleigh, like we're all in Raleigh.
oh
There's a
yeah,
show there where we have to listen to all these white people fucking go on about how they always been racist or whatever the fuck.
oh yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
You didn't really talk about your experience in Raleigh. It was like
Oh
that was
yeah,
pretty funny.
yeah. So Mason lives around Raleigh.
Yeah.
I do not live around Raleigh, so whenever I go to Raleigh, I'm usually there to visit him or I'm visiting one of my friends. I've never really been in the city before. I've never actually explored the city before. And so one day I pull up with Mason and we're trying to find something to do. So we're like, all right, let's walk around the city. And we were walking around the city and it was like the most like segregated like city I've ever seen in my life. It was literally like you would walk a block and it would be all black people just chilling, doing something, and then you walk up another block and it's all white people. And what was funny about it was that like it was weird as two black people to walk into the white side because the white people were looking at us like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, guys, like, chill. Like, you know what I mean?
Like
Like, there's rule, there's an unspoken rule here.
they're like,
You
what?
know?
They're like, whoa, where's Freaknik?
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh yeah, it's fucking Kendrick Lamar in town. What are you guys doing? Like, you know? No, it was fucking weird, and like, it was like and I kept noticing the thing where it was like, and I remember I was telling you, I was like, we were walking up, and I'm like, am I tripping, or is this like, or is this like the most segregated place I've ever been in? Because it's like it was just separated every single block, and they never merged. Like they never like, you know what I mean? They never talked to each other or whatever, even though they were like two like steps away from each other. It's fucking crazy.
It was like salt, like fresh and salt water. They just like naturally like repelled itself. Like they don't,
Yeah, dude.
like they don't hate each like fresh water and salt water. They don't hate each other. They just don't. They just don't
Yeah,
mix.
yeah. They don't hate each other. It's just they can't like, yeah, they can't mix. It's like it was fucking weird. Yeah, that was the first time I ever felt like, yeah, I'm like, damn, dude, like racism is definitely real. Cause golly,
Man, and the architecture was pretty funny. Like it,
yeah.
and I mean by that, like there were different buildings that had like different architecture that kind of didn't make sense.
Oh
Like
yeah,
there was
I
no
just thought about that
cohesiveness.
too.
Like
Yep.
one building was built like in a brutal, like that was like the courthouse building that like had the most brutalist concrete architecture next to some Chicago style like building, and that was next to a building that looked like it was just burned down or just like picked up and like vacated, like it like somebody picked it up on like playing The Sims or something and just moved it somewhere else.
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, because I remember we were walking around and you were just like, and you were just like, what the fuck? Like, you know, like you had to think, you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's like buildings that like their architecture just did not match. I'm like, what's
Just
going on?
nothing made sense.
It's like it felt like you were walking in a dream that like didn't understand like how buildings were supposed to look like next to each other.
Yeah, you were walking in a Dr. Seuss book.
Angel says I mix and I dealt with some dumb shit. LOL. What were some things that you encountered? I remember when I was young, when I was like really young. I remember people thought I was mixed. People thought I was like half white. Just
I'm
because of my
not gonna lie. I partially no. Well, I always knew you were black actually because you always told me. But like, there was a part of me. I'm like, how black are you?
man. I don't know,
Because you
like
do get very light. Like you get very light. I will say that.
Angel said by both races. I don't know. Cause like when I went to the funeral, I think it just runs in the family. Like some people they get dark and sometimes they get really light. They get like they get
Okay.
light. And I guess I'm just one of the few that got really light.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that like my dad was always really like he told me about that. Like he always told me that he like you know he was kind of like my dad was like very light. And my mom was really dark skinned. So like sometimes if it's cold, I won't like take after my dad fully, but like I will get like a lighter shade of black. Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like in the sun, like right now, like I'm as dark as I possibly ever could be right now. I'm like dark as shit.
Right. I remember shoot, no, I actually don't. Actually no, I don't. Actually no, I don't. No, I was just looking at what if Angel said anything else. He said like it was from both races.
Oh, is
Like,
he black and white?
I don't I know I'm not gonna dox him. I think I know because he
Yeah, I
mentioned it
was gonna
before.
say, Jesus, man, chill.
Gonna put him on blast.
Yeah, I was about to say, yo.
Oh man.
Oh,
The
did you see that Tyler the Creator's getting all this backlash on Twitter?
what did he do?
No, people are just canceling him for all that shit he was doing in 2010.
Oh, so nothing about at all. So nothing really matters. Nothing ever happens.
Nothing ever happens, kind of thing. But it is weird though because like the approach this time seems like to be a little bit more like I guess my problem with it is that a lot of the people who are saying that he's anti-black and all that shit, which he said a lot of shocking shit or whatever, but I never really got that he was anti-black. Like that just never was my thing, considering the fact he kind of hung around a lot of black people, and that was kind of like his thing.
Hmm.
He just had a lot of white fans or whatever. But like, I think my problem with this new cancelization thing is that like it's a lot of black people coming out and being like, "Oh, he's weird. Fuck that guy. He's always been anti-black. Blah 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 blah, or whatever." And I'm like, you're literally just saying that because he got some money. Like literally, because like when he was doing that shit back in the day, and y'all niggas said he was weird, y'all niggas said he wasn't even hip hop. So like now you're doubling back and being like, oh yeah, he's hip hop now, but he's actually not because he's always been anti-black. It's like, no, that's not how you do that. It's like either he's hip hop or he's not. Once y'all niggas let him into the thing, that's over. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I felt like the conversation should be more so on like who you allow into the cookout. Cause niggas will let anybody into the cookout. Niggas will let fucking Epstein into the cookout if he had a fucking gold chain and a fucking like plain Jane and some shit. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like niggas will let anybody in the fucking cookout. And then like all of a sudden there's this nigga and he changed his ways or whatever. Niggas now all of a sudden it's like, oh well nigga was wilding back in the day. Oh, he was anti-black. Fuck that nigga or whatever. It's like okay, yeah, that can be true. But it's like y'all let him into the thing. So it's like the fact y'all niggas let him be hip hop, that's your problem. That's not his problem. That's your problem. It's like so you can't take it back. Like the fuck you taking it back for? You already got him. He already changed. Like, he
I
already changed his mind or whatever. You
I
know.
for one I'm still holding out for a Tyler and Childish Gambino beef. That would be the funniest thing.
You know what's funny? Yo. He literally did have beef with Childish Gambino, but they squashed it recently.
Dang, man,
Oh,
no,
you missed it.
dude, they need to have no, they need to make diss tracks.
Oh, you
I
make a diss track. Oh shit,
I need them
bro.
to make I need them to make diss tracks. No, even okay, even though they squashed the beef, they still need to make diss tracks as friends. Like
Okay, yeah. I have to be like a manufactured beef. Yeah.
a manufactured beef. They need to do that. You know, like because
Two niggas who think you're black trying to diss each other is hilarious.
yeah. I remember I said like if they beef with each other, if they make diss tracks on each other, they're just gonna talk about themselves.
Oh, yeah. We talked about this before. I think we had talked about
Yeah,
this before. How like the diss tracks would just basically be like it would be like it's like talking to a mirror. Like you like white women. Oh yes, dude. Yes.
and they get to like you're gay. No, you're gay. You're gay.
Oh yes.
You're not
Yes.
black for it. As soon as
You're
somebody
not
says
black.
someone like one of them the first time if one of them says you're not black for real, that's gonna be hilarious.
Yes. 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 I'm actually all the way for it now.
I need
Now now we're talking about it.
I need
I'm
them
with
to
it.
make a manufactured beef. It'll be the
Yes.
funniest thing ever. But
Please do that.
I know Childish Gambino. I know he's not doing comedy anymore or whatever or music, but just for the idea, just for the
Yeah,
fun of
just for
it,
the culture, bro.
yeah, just for the culture, it would have been so for the blurs. Come on,
Yeah, for the blurs, please. It is funny how cause like they did the same thing in Childish Gambino. Niggas was so cool with Childish Gambino. He made Atlanta all this shit or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's just like, well, he likes Asian women a little too much, and he was wilding back in the day. It's like it's like I don't I'm like listen. I understand the criticism aspect of it, but when you bring it up in the context of look what you used to do, you know what I mean? That's where I'm like I can't co-sign that because you like using the word like this is what you used to do, that is you acknowledging that you already let him into the thing and now you're trying to take it back, but you can't take it back. Like, you know what I mean? He's already a part of the culture. He already contributed too much. Niggas still bite off Atlanta to this day. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
niggas still listen to Redbone right now. So it's like you lost the culture war if that's what you guys are trying to do.
it's over.
It
It's
is
over.
over. It literally is over. Like, let's just say that even are still like, let's just say Donald Glover and Tyler the Creator are still like the like anti-black or whatever the fuck they're calling them or whatever. It's like they already fucking cemented themselves in the culture. Like they already won. Like you already fucking like you guys didn't get them quick enough. Sorry, like too slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me. Maybe that's a very like logical like what is it? Non-emotional way of looking at it, but that's the only way I can look at it at this point.
Yeah. Wait, Angel says, I promoted Purgatory Academy a few times in my live stream. I highly appreciate that, Angel. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I don't work on Purgatory Academy, but yeah, still thanks. So for supporting the dog, the homie.
Man. Oh yeah, I just I just released a duology, which is book one and
Hey.
yeah, book one and book two and all of the thumbnails and the author's notes for both of them.
Mm.
What's new is the author's notes with the duology. Not the author's
Hell
notes,
yeah.
not the author's notes, but the thumbnails. Just putting the thumbnails out there, mostly because every time I show people the books, they it's so funny how people are more interested in the thumbnails than the actual final. Sometimes in the final book, the final
Yeah, you're
page
right.
compositions.
Yeah, because that's what used to happen with Just Reaper a lot. Niggas would be like, "Yo, these thumbnails are cold."
It's like so that's why I'm making an effort to put them in there. That's I know comics don't do that and manga don't do that, but I'm not cool enough to be part of any of them. So I I'm gonna do my own thing.
Nah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do my own thing. Angel says, "Who cares what avatar you come on this planet? Shouldn't shouldn't we focus on being a better citizens for the planet?" Yeah. I that's a lot of idealism. That's I I'm like I don't hate where your heart is at on it, like, right? But saying can we all come together, like, no. There are people that want to watch the world burn, and there are other people that say that the world will not be a peaceful place unless everybody submits to one ideology.
Sorry, my
So,
fucking phone fucked up.
oh, what
I
happened?
couldn't hear anything.
Oh, I said basically, though, like, idealistically, yeah, we should make the world a better place, but realistically, there are people, a lot of people that that will be more than happy to subjugate other people for their version of utopia.
Mm, that's real.
Like, that's why I'm not really like I don't really subscribe to the idea of becoming a better citizen for the planet. I subscribe to the idea of know who your people are and protect your tribe.
Yep, I agree with that.
Like, the world is big, and that's fine, but you everybody will, since there are so many people in this world, there has to be there just have to be so many different ideas of or in philosophies and perspectives of what it means to be a good citizen of the world.
Hmm.
Therefore, therefore people need to separate themselves and find the people that that match their ideology, and then they can come together and try to make that community as strong as possible. Uh, Angel says, "Damn, he's getting screwed up. All that blood." I'm at the part where Travis just skewers Satan with a pencil. Well, Lucifer with a pencil.
Oh yeah, I'm technically Travis's voice actor.
Dude, I remember when like, I remember you were like Travis's top guy. Top guy. You're like Travis's dark skin, right?
Man.
Travis's dark skin. Like, yeah, he a dark skin nigga for real.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, for sure. He's me. Me and Travis are the same nigga, low key. Like, me and Travis has always been the same nigga, bro.
You're like, you're like, no, I think Travis would say this. I'm like, nigga, calm down.
Oh no, but dead ass though. Dead ass.
No,
bro, it's like I saw myself in Travis a lot. I'm like, yo, this is my nigga, bro. I'm like, he was my favorite character, like of all the books or whatever we've done. Like it's like he was my favorite character for a while. I thought it was a goat.
Man. Oh, well, like, what was
Now
that?
My favorite character is Malik, but
yeah. Now, your favorite character was the stoic guy, but now it's the crash out.
yeah. Cause Malik is it just reminds me of when I was younger. If I had no like sense of like authority.
Man. I still want to finish Metal Hero this year. And I want to finish a Metal Hero game, but I would scale it down. Instead of making like so many different like a collection of mini games. I don't think I have the budget for that, or the time, or the patience for that. I think what I'm gonna do is probably just make maybe 3 mini games and cycle between that, or just one. Actually, maybe just one mini game, and when you get like a high enough score in that game, you get rewarded for you get rewarded with more story. Basically, like RPGs. Because I remember the way that somebody explained the philosophy of the RPG loop and how RPGs were so big in Japan. RPGs was just another form of a visual novel, and the gameplay was a challenge. Was like a challenge that kind of gave people a puzzle to go to play with, and after they beat that puzzle, they get rewarded with more story. So maybe if I can turn the Metal Hero game like that, like one gameplay loop that is basically a puzzle game. That's not a match 3. That's not a like your basic mobile game or whatever. But if I can find some sort of game that gets people back to that gets people into like the loop of I want to see more of the story, and I want to play this mini game again. Just something like that. I want to see if I can find that one mini game. If I can find that one mini game, like code it and have that gameplay loop, I think it would be good. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think that's something.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad for a first game either. I think what I wanted. I still like the Purgatory Academy card game. I think that card game's it's simple, but I like the idea. Let's see. Hold on. And the card game is not really that it's not really complex. I think that I showed you the design document. It's not complex.
Yeah, you showed me the design doc.
Yeah, the whole point of the game is just to get your opponent's health to 0. And every number value is assigned to a different character. Like from 1 to 9.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Everything was pointless. I think I did this. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I did this. I think what I'm doing for this stream is gathering. At least try to finish this thing.
Mm-hmm.
At least like isolating all the panels. I can't believe I didn't do this before. I can't believe I didn't do this before. But anyway, is there anything in the news that you haven't
Oh.
that you noticed?
No, I was just looking through my email and I realized I haven't got that. What is it? I still haven't gotten a response from Marshall Blueberry, so that shit is dead. I guess the
In
show
the
really has to work.
yeah,
Oh, oh no. Oh
yeah.
no. We
Maybe,
tried though.
yeah, we did
We
try.
tried.
We did try. I
Everybody hates Chris script is going down. As I'm putting that in our thing. So whenever we do need a fucking packet, we have something in our packet.
Nah, in the everybody hates Chris script. Like people, like everybody loved it when we when who read it. So it's it's like we can't stop. We can't not be goats. We can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can't. You can't be that good.
We literally can't turn it off.
Yeah, we can't miss. We never miss. No, yeah.
Like my
I mean, like,
strategy. Wait, go ahead.
I was gonna say in personal news, I guess. Like, what is it? I'm still working on the show. I'm still just waiting to go to the producer thing. Once I do go to the producer thing, what is it? I'm pretty much free to what is it? Submit everything for the show and just record or whatever. Like me and my friend Chadwick, we might go out and record sometime in November, film some sketches and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do they say you have to use their cameras and their equipment?
No, so that's the funny part actually, is that you technically can produce things at different studios. So I'm looking around to other production companies and seeing if I can get them to help me set up what is it for like produce the sketches.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah. That's
So I'm gonna
cool.
I'm gonna go around and see and Charlotte be like, yo, listen, um, what is it? I'm hiring my boy Chadwick, not hiring really, but he's gonna help. He's gonna direct some stuff, and what is it? I'm gonna direct some stuff. I'm gonna have Abena help me with directing all the studio sketches and things of that nature. Cause she actually has a degree in like fucking cinematography and shit. Like she actually knows what the fuck she's doing. So it's like I think I could really use that in this fucking thing. But I think if everything goes right, yeah, I think we're on track for what is it? Everything being done, even with post production stuff by March.
Hey, that sounds cool.
Yeah, so you only really need to be here three. You need to be here for 3 different sessions of 3 days. So you'll come for 1 week for 3 days, and we'll film as much as we can. We'll film all the bulk of the stuff. You'll come another week for like maybe 2 or 3 days for just filming all the sketches or whatever that you're in, because you're not in that many, but you're in anything that I'm in with my boy OG. You're probably in as well. So we're just filming all that stuff as well. And then the last one is the last episode you're gonna film, which is the late night episode that we're gonna do that one. Which the late night episode is gonna be the one that's the most like complex.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I think I could film it all in a day. Film all your parts at least in a day, and then everything else I'll just film myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With OG. So you're actually gonna be done kind of early than us. Like I have to film all the way till March. You really only have to film all the way until January. Maybe even before that, if everything goes right.
Right. I'm kind of glad that I was like, you know what? Let's just do something with public access. Who cares? I'm glad
You said
you're.
you're kind of glad you did that.
I mean, I'm kind of glad that I was like, who cares anymore? Just let's do it. And
Yeah.
then, and then you're like, Mason, that's stupid. Actually, Mason, that's a really fun idea.
No,
Oh,
I
like,
didn't
that's
even say it
cool.
was stupid. I said no. Don't misconstrue
Mason, you never have good ideas. What's going on with
it.
you? I've been carrying
Okay,
the I've been carrying
actually, that's what I said.
the Matt's like, I've been carrying this group since 1932. So
Like, put the whole fucking team on my shoulders, nigga. I'm Michael Jordan, nigga. Yeah, I did say that. I do remember saying that every single day for about 5 years. No, but like no, I said originally. What I said originally was, I said, did you actually want to do that? And then you said, who gives a fuck? Like, let's do it. So that's what you said. Don't make me sound like a nigga that's just like, oh, that's a gay idea, Mason. Nah, because when the interview comes out and we're fucking rich and famous and shit, I want everyone to know that I was on your side the whole time. don't don't fucking make me into the guy that's like the enemy in the documentary. Like, yeah, Matt said we couldn't do it. Hell no. I said we could do it every single time.
No, yeah, I'm gonna be like that the anonymous guy doing an interview, like like with the voice changer. You can still see my
Yeah.
like the silhouette is obviously me. It's
Yeah. Oh my god, man. No, yeah. But yeah, I think the show's gonna be really funny. Like I said, if you still have any things you want to submit for the thing, my deadline is gonna be December 1st. That's when I'm hard stopping everything.
okay.
You know what I mean? Cause what is it? I want to what is it? I wanna have deadlines not for like not because you know what I mean, I want to rush anything, but because I just want to make sure that, you know what I mean, I'm putting the most focus into things. It makes it easier for me to not be a perfectionist. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like if I have a hard deadline, I could be like, all right, I have to stop here. It's done. So I'm just writing everything I can, and then like I said, I have some friends submitting stuff, and again, you can always submit stuff because it's also your show. But yeah, yeah, I think it's gonna be good, man. I do want to see if I can. I do want to film some ads too. So the first week that you're, or the second week, I think, the second week that you're here, or the second session, I'll say that you're here, we're gonna probably film some ads that same day and do some like photo shit.
Hmm.
Like I'm gonna take like photos of us and shit. I should probably stop saying her real name on this. Who gives a fuck? No one's listening. What is it? I'm gonna have her film. I'm gonna have us. I'm gonna have her do like pictures and stuff. I want to make like a poster or something. Well, I kind of have to actually to submit it to streaming services. So I kind of have to have like promotional photos and shit.
Just like
Um,
just like get people to do Photoshop or stuff like that.
no, no, like promotional photos, as in like us sitting on set or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I think it's just gonna be us like sitting on set. You know what I mean? Like talking or something. And then I'll have my boy OG there, and we'll do some stuff there. I have a couple of TV ad spots I want to film and stuff. That's probably gonna take like 30 seconds, like like bare minimum to film. Um, well, I have a couple that's probably gonna take a day, but me and you can just go out and film it with Chadwick, because he's kind of like my filmer guy for right now.
Right.
Or maybe Alvin might help. Whatever. Regardless, I'm trying to think of like where you're gonna be. So we're gonna try to film every single podcast on the day that you pull up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Sounds
the
good.
day you pull up. Huh?
Sounds good.
Yeah, we're gonna try to film every single podcast there, and maybe the next day we'll try to do all the drawing solo stuff, and
Hmm.
then that same day we can film the stuff in the city as well. You know what I mean? We'll stay a little bit in the studio to film the drawing solo shit, and then we'll go out and we'll do the Uptown Charlotte shit
Right.
for the final episode. How are you with memorizing lines?
I ad lib a lot when I don't. I try to like play it by ear
Mm-hmm.
as much as I can. I try to memorize it, but if I don't have the whole thing down, I usually say like something in the spirit of it.
I'm okay with that. As long like my thing, as long as niggas is like, as long as niggas understand the point of the thing, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, but I was just thinking about that because I was like, because you're not in a lot of sketches. I deliberately made sure you're not in a lot of sketches because I didn't want you to have to film for fucking 18 hours when we got down here. Like that was my main goal. I was like, okay, listen, I can't make this nigga film like 80 fucking hours down here. So I didn't write a lot of sketches for you, but the sketches you are in, you kind of talk for us the most. Like you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like you kind of say the most the stuff. So like if there is a if there is a thing where like you're talking or whatever, you're usually saying the most stuff. So I was like, damn, I wonder how he is with remembering lines. But if you can just like stay in the spirit of the thing or stay in the scene, I don't have a problem with that really.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I busted out my acting chops, but that'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, shit, you've read our scripts. You know how I write, so it's like I think that should help because we've written so much stuff together. Like you know what I mean. So I think you kind of know what I'm doing, and I can always just send you the scripts or whatever, whenever. But what we'll do is we'll do a thing where we'll read through the script before we start filming, and then I think Abna's gonna be directing some of the in-house sketches, so she'll tell us how to block it out. I'll talk around and we'll see how we'll block it out, and then we'll just film it. And like I said, I want to film it real run and gun. I want to do it like like I don't want to have to do 80 takes. I think like 4 or 5 takes at best, unless we're really fucking up the lines. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
Um, and then just do it like that. But yeah, I mean, I've already been in the studio or whatever. It's kind of small, but the studio in the back is kind of big, but like this actual building itself is kind of small. So but it shouldn't be that bad. Like I think it's gonna be fun. And then the people I'm getting in it and involved or whatever, they seem to fuck with it too. So like you know,
Yeah, that sounds like a real good time.
yeah. I mean, you'll see when you get down here.
Uh, so when am I gonna get down there?
Whenever I schedule the first studio session.
Okay, whenever.
So, like I said, I hope it's in March. Not in March, but in December.
Okay. Sounds pretty neat. Sounds pretty neat.
Yeah.
Only one concurrent viewer, and that's just me. And that's fair.
One current beer on your thing,
Yeah, one current viewer.
and it's me or it's
Yeah,
you. You
I
said.
don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I've been like wait, how long have I been streaming? I don't. I've been streaming for about like 90 minutes. Like 30 of those minutes was like they're just me by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I tend to like stream when I have a camera and mic on me. I just sometimes force myself to say something.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, and it's like, and like I just end up like talking about things that I just read, just a just watch, and I noticed that I just don't like going to. I remember my mom asked if I wanted to see a movie, and I was like, I don't like movies. I noticed I don't like. I kind of don't like movies anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's because I'm just hyper aware of like the messaging, and like unless I watch a movie, I don't like being surprised at all. I'm like, what? I treat movies like I'm dissecting
Mm-hmm.
an essay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it's like telling me something that's like stupid, then I'm just gonna sit there and be annoyed for the like duration of the movie if I understand what the director or the writer wants to convey.
Mm.
And there just haven't
Yeah,
been,
I agree.
yeah, just haven't been a movie where I'm like people say like, "Yo, you gotta watch this movie because it's about this," because everybody's afraid of spoilers, and I'm like, no. I hate that. I hate the culture of everybody being afraid of spoilers.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. You've brought that up before, where you like, where you deliberately you asked me to spoil everything for you.
Yeah, mostly because it's I don't see I don't see films as entertainment. I just see them as essays now. As a way to convey an idea that is more digestible than a conversation.
Movies as an art. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is what art does. You know, like to me
Mhm.
that's what art does. Like
Right.
it's something that you can't say in conversation.
Do
I
you think? Do you think you will ever write a movie in your life?
if I keep going with this, I can see myself eventually doing that. I think it just makes sense.
Mm.
I
I
don't
think you could
know
write it.
I don't know when, but it makes sense that I will see that happening in my future.
I think one day. I don't know when we'll ever have time to do this, but one day we should definitely write that movie we're working on.
The kid one or the adult one?
The kids one probably Purgatory Academy would probably be the one.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought you were
we
talking
always
about.
could do.
I thought you were
We
talking
could do
about your.
Get Down, Mr. President. We could do
Okay,
that one
yeah,
too.
okay. I guess we can say that. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I look. I didn't want to say it because it sounds a little too like a threat.
Yeah.
I was a little bit
Yeah,
scared, but
it's like, yeah, we should work on that at that film called "The President Sleeps at 9 a.m. 9 p.m." Sure.
we should work on that film. It's illegal to say that I want to kill the president of the United States.
That film called October 21st 2026
At 4:30 a.m.
in Madison Square
Uh,
Garden.
they're back once again. Al Qaeda is
uh,
back and better than ever. Good lord, Mason, that's not funny, man.
No, it's not funny. It's called predictive programming. It's real.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Oh man, that sounds like a Just a Reaper skit or whatever. Like a passing joke is like they're saying, "What movie should we watch?" It's like, "Oh yeah, we should watch it. We should watch May 26th, the day the president dies."
It's like, what do you mean you haven't seen the movie? This is not a threat. We're really gonna try to. Yep.
Man,
So for those of you watching that ever need any movie title ideas,
it's like
we just gave you a couple.
what do you think
Next
about
one's gonna cost you.
what do you think about the movie 20 People Will Die Next Month? I was like, I don't know. It's like
No. It would be funny if you got a community strike for this.
Oh, that would be so funny. I would be mad. I would laugh so hard.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I would absolutely do it. I don't know where we're gonna put that in Just a Reaper, but that idea of just
You know what? I wish we worked on Just the Reaper a little bit more so that we can actually put some of these jokes that we have in the story.
I
Because I feel like we come up with really funny shit.
oh yeah. And I wish we had like some millionaire
No, because it's like, yeah, it's like it's not even like the reason
donate.
why we're even doing Just Talking is like adjacent to Just the Reaper, even. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's funny how I've noticed like that story is like very special in a way because it's caused us to have to look at other avenues a little bit deeper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I kind of I hope at some point we're able to at least make a pilot. That's all I want. I just want an animated pilot.
I think I still hold to the idea of like where people are going to notice you, where you blow up is not going to be where you started.
Oh, for sure.
So that's why it's I like I don't know if anybody explores other avenues as much as me. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. And shit, me too. Shit, are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah,
You know
both
how
of
many
us.
different fucking yeah, what the fuck? You know how many times we've had to like, we're like, okay,
So,
so are we gonna do an album now? Like
it's like
you
switch.
remember when we were like, we're like, oh shit, we should make a soundtrack or whatever.
Yeah, just jerry rigging a like inward rigging a franchise.
Yeah, literally. It's so funny. That's a word. Like, like there was this like one racist that's like, guys, I got the funniest thing to ever say. Guys, guess what? But no, yeah, like, yeah, it is almost like it's unfair. It's unfair. I mean, it's unfair, but nothing's fair. You know what I mean?
I
Because like,
I don't know.
or maybe let me take that back. Let me take that back. Unfair is not the right word for it, because I think the worst thing you can do as a creative is have any type of like justice or like law with your art,
Yeah.
because when you think about it, it's like at the end of the day, what you're doing is works off of a different plane of thinking.
Hmm.
Like you can't think about like too many rules unless you're trying to structure like your imagination or whatever. But you have to be imaginative first. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to have the crazy idea first, and then you have to structure it out to what you want. So saying unfair is like is kind of stupid. So I take that back. I think I think what it is, it's just like it's tiring. It is definitely tiring. I mean, that's what I was asking you before. I was asking like, how are you doing? Because I remember we just had that conversation or whatever. Where you kind of like you kind of in that like fuck this phase. You know what I mean?
No, you know what's so funny? I want to like write something in like Chimera Island about like how I go about that. Cause I'm like, when I try something and it doesn't work out, I'm like, I'm gonna kill myself like right now.
Yeah.
I get down like that. But when I'm like when I go to bed, I'm like, oh wait, I have an idea. Like roll back the suicide
Yeah.
clock for another week. I got an idea. It's
Yeah,
like
you know what's funny though is that like I feel like I've had that conversation with you so many different times. Like we've had that conversation so many times where like you come on call or whatever. I'll be like, "How you doing?" And you're like, "Dude, fuck this. Like fuck. Like I'm not doing this shit anymore. This is over." And
I
I'm like, "Damn, dude. Like no, no, no. You can make it out another day." And you're like, "All right." And then you wake up the next day and you're like, "Yeah. So I'm like actually inventing a new business. It's actually gonna be a new business for us." Like,
no, I like the idea. It's like like a character from Chimera Island. He like does the exact same thing, and then like the one of the protagonists, they're like, "Oh man," and they just call up like one of his friends. Like, I think Danada's just really. I like. Have you checked up on Danada? And he was like, "No, what's going on?" It's like he's been talking like a lot of crazy stuff, like ending it all and all that stuff. And then like the character's like, "Oh, he's fine." And it's like it was like what?
it's fine.
It's like it's fine. Like he's like what? Yeah, just trust me, he's fine. And then like the next day he's like, roll back the suicide clock. I got another idea.
Taking off suicide watch. Guess what I got?
Not today. Someday, but not
Yeah.
today.
Well, that's why I wrote that ending for Just Talking, because like as I was writing Just Talking, I noticed because like when I started, so I started you remember I started writing Just Talking
Yeah.
when you had came up with that idea, and I remember I was pulling from so many like older ideas I had, or like older ideas I talked to you about, or like things I wanted to do for even the podcast when it was Just Talking the podcast that I wanted to that I can do for the live action show. So that's why I wrote that ending of it where it was just like I felt like just this show is like not necessarily a swan song of our business relationship or like a relationship as friends, but almost like a like representation of what we've been going through for the last 5 years
Yeah.
of
I
like
feel
getting an opportunity, making our own opportunity first off.
oh
You
man,
know?
I can imagine if somebody if like we're on a panel. If somebody says, "If you would you recommend somebody doing this?" I'm gonna be like, "Hell no!" Like,
No, don't even. I tell people even now. I tell people now if they ask about animation or whatever, or the comic or whatever, I'm like, don't do it. Like, it's not worth it.
dude,
Like, it's
that's a layup, and I'm just gonna slam dunk it like no.
yeah, yo, no, yeah, no, you're like going for the three, and then you run up to the basket and dunk it in.
Like no, I'm hanging off the rim, like doing pull ups, like
You're getting like 12 texts. They're like, get out the game.
I shatter the backboard. It's like,
They suspend you for all 82 games of the NBA. Like no, you can't come back.
I get suspended from the convention.
Yeah. DreamCon gives me that creator badge. I don't know if they will, especially because I was re-listening to some of those streams or whatever that we did, and I was like, oh shit, we talk a little bit crazy on those. But like, I hope they do give me the creator badge because they said I could be a panelist and stuff if
Oh,
I get it.
dang, that'd be crazy.
That's why I was trying to tell you to fucking do it, nigga. That's why I was like, let's apply and see if they'll let us do like panels and stuff.
Oh, dang.
You can
Shoot.
still apply. I say still apply.
Okay.
And if you get it, then yeah, then we'll like you know what I mean. Like if you need me to hook you up again, I'll hook you up again. But like
Do you have the whatchamacallit, the link if I need to apply?
yeah, let me see.
They're gonna put us in the back. I know that. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah, hold on. I'd say do this application like later because it's very dense and asks a lot of questions and stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's a lot. Creator.
What's the weirdest question that you just for a heads up? What's the weirdest question that was on there?
Um, Nothing weird, but they ask a lot about your ambition. They'll be like, what inspired you to do this, or what inspired you to do this, or whatever. It's just
Okay,
shit like that.
I mean, when I went to DreamCon, I ran into people that was like, I don't even know why I'm here. So I'm like, they either use GPT or that the bar is in hell.
Yeah, it does seem like at DreamCon the bar is in hell with that type of activity
I love that phrase though. The bar is in hell.
because it's true.
I think I saw that phrase on Twitter once, and I'm like, I'm stealing that forever.
Yeah. Um, but
No,
nah, yeah, like I think that us like doing the creator thing, they said that they don't really have any benchmarks. Really, like they have benchmarks, like they want you to have 2K subscribers, all that bullshit. But they said that as long as they want you there, they'll like give you the badge. So I just wrote just my story and just
okay.
talked about Just Reaper on how and how that affected how I work.
I can be like, I got 5,000 TikTok subscribers, TikTok
That might
followers.
help actually. No, seriously. Like if I don't get the badge, you may get the badge. Shit. Yeah.
Man, they don't gotta know how I got those subscribers. But hey, subscriber
They
numbers are
don't give a
numbers.
fuck. I guarantee
You
they
know,
don't.
yeah, they don't care. It was like, oh man, you got 5K. It's like, how'd you get 5K? Indians.
See now when they see this stream, because they're gonna put everything
Yeah.
on your profile. Now you can't get it. Yeah, I want
Then I'm gonna be like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Just because I got Indian followers, like, what you trying to say? Indians not Indians are people too.
oh my god. you're telling you're telling RDC Indians are people too. like you're like guys, like stop being racist.
Guys, let's look at the numbers. There are like 2-3 billion Indians on the planet right now. That's an untapped market.
Guys, let's talk shop.
Guys, if every Indian gave you $1, you would be a multi-billionaire.
Oh my gosh, man. Um, but yeah, man. Yeah, I hope I can get back to Just Reaper at some point, but I think right now it's just gonna have to stay dead for a little bit.
I think the best thing about it is that we finished volume 1, and I think that's all
Yeah,
we really need
one
to
is
do.
done.
We
Yeah,
that's we did all we need to do for that for now.
yeah, yeah. Just Reaper. Well, it's like I said before. I think I we said this before. It was like, yeah, Volume One is just gonna be like if it ends with Volume One, that's just it.
Yeah, I don't
You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't think it's going to end with volume 1 just because I know how we are. Like it's not gonna end there because we're just gonna keep doing things. And
Yeah,
if we're doing things, it's going to come back full circle because that's why we did it in the first place.
yeah, yeah. And it does seem to get attention. I think if it didn't get as much attention as it got, I probably wouldn't have said anything. Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But it's the fact that like whenever you do pull up a thing like Just Reaper, niggas is like, yo, like you know what I mean? It's like I'm like, okay, there is something there. But I might have to put I think I'm putting for the first time in actually the first time in 5 years, I'm really putting it on the back burner for real, for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I think this show needs my full undivided attention.
yeah, I feel
Like it
that.
like just because I have to do so much.
No, but for something to put on the back burner, like yeah, like like a lot of people be like, I don't know, they still ask like, how do you even do that? And since if we're just getting that off rip, it's like fine, we're good. We don't need to
Yeah.
do we don't need to do anything more than what we have right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not saying we should like go into another thing. I'm like, or go into like, oh yeah, we have to make the whole season or whatever. Which I because like the whole season is technically written. I mean, there's a couple things that like maybe me and you can write, and then there's a couple episodes that you have to write. But it's like season one is pretty much finished, so it's like it's always there if we need it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
But you know
I
what? Actually, you know what? Remember how I said I was going to film those Just Reaper ads? I looked out, I looked it over, and I think I'm only going to do two ads. I'm not going to do multiple ads. I'm just going to do two.
right.
Um,
what made you do that? Like a budget and time?
yes, and the fact that we're not allowed to do it.
Oh, so you don't
So
want to step on toes?
no, and then also like I realized with the Just Reaper ads, like the way that I want to do them is like they're basically sketches or whatever, but like even in the grand scheme of like the show, it doesn't really make any sense to film. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So the two I'm filming are just the two that I think are the funniest. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that instead of like trying to make multiple and like do a whole thing like I wanted to do originally.
Okay.
You know?
I feel that. I feel that. Oh man, dude,
Um,
I just been I've been isolating these panels. I'm almost done, and that's what's been mostly keeping me forward. I think I'm at like 400 panels, and I'm like, dang, how do I even?
ooh.
I'm like, how did I do this?
Even you're like, how do I do this? How do I do this?
Like when I finish a page, I'm like, oh, that's a page. But then I like break it down to like every panel. I'm like, this is insane. I remember I remember when I was like a couple years ago, I was like, dude, freaking comic creators are literally the Supermen of like of just like making things because they do everything themselves.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, man, I remember back when I was like 10 times the as enthusiastic as I am now. And that was like 3 years ago. right?
Yeah.
I remember I was like saying all the rah rah, being like, "Yo, I know how freaking webcomic people can make it in this world without using like the big guys or whatever, like webtoons or whatever."
Hmm.
And now I'm like, I don't think I'll ever go back to webtoons unless they pay me, which that's
Hmm.
never gonna happen because they don't need to. Uh, but now I'm like, shoot, it really there is no guidance for real to do this. I'm not gonna say it's
Right.
I'm not gonna say it's difficult because saying difficult, I always felt like saying things that are is difficult. I hate that because
Me too.
doesn't it doesn't speak on any reality to the point that you're saying nothing, to the point that you're not even saying anything. I think one writing advice you gave me when I was like uh uh when I was working on Purgatory Academy book 2 is I remember you said something along the lines of you need to be specific, because I remember it was like when Jim was talking about how morality gets weird, morality gets so weird that how like one sin of another person, people will compare each other's sins
Hmm.
to make themselves feel better, than feel like a better person than they actually are. And I
Hmm.
remember I was speaking in vague terms. Well, Jim was speaking in vague terms, and you're like, no, be specific about like what are some sins that like people will compare to each other, because it's not specific enough and people can't grasp that. I
Damn,
remember
I'm a goat.
that's how I filtered that's how I filtered it.
Yeah. Oh, so I
And
thought it was just something else.
yeah, that's how I filtered it. And I remember when I
Hmm.
was like, well, looking at how to write songs, they said that was a legit practice called I think it was basically, it's basically known as the writer's paradox or something like that,
Hmm.
where the more specific you write, the more universal it becomes.
Yeah.
So I was like, so that was like a goat advice that you gave me, that I'm like, okay,
Hey
that
man,
that
I just I'm just doing what I need to do. You feel what I mean? I'm just that type of guy.
yeah, and that was
I
like
always got good advice.
and that was when I was writing book 2, so that was like years, that was like a couple of
Oh, that
years.
was years ago. Jesus, man. That must have been before we were working on Just the Reaper.
Yeah, probably.
Because yeah, no, that was because when we first reconnected, you were finishing up Park Tour Academy book one. I don't know if you remember that. Like when we first, because remember there was a while where we weren't talking. But whenever we first reconnected, you were working on Purge Academy book one. So like book two after that, that was whew, good lord.
And then after that, we were just talking.
Yeah, then we were
Always.
just talking, and then then we stopped. It's so
uh,
funny that just talking is now becoming a TV show.
and I think that's just like, that's why I say it's just the power of like the people we are, is that we just don't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and where I'm
because like, could you imagine me saying this like years ago, like when we were doing just talking?
it's like we're gonna make a TV show out of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You remember like dolls? Like,
I mean,
uh,
usually, like for me, I don't deny anything. Like you can tell me like the most heinous thing imaginable, and I'm like, okay, why? Like I don't
yeah.
understand. I think that's just me. I'm like, make me understand.
You would have. I think your thing would have been like you're like how are we gonna do that? Like you
I'm
know what
like,
I
how we're
mean?
gonna? Yeah, basically, I'm not gonna be like, no. I'm like, how? It's like,
No, because sometimes you'll say no. Well, you know, you don't say no. You'll be like, that's gay.
if someone says like, yeah, you're gonna be an art teacher, then I'll be like, no, I'm not doing that. It's like,
Yeah. Oh, you know what I just found? Also, what is it? While I was just looking through Instagram, there's this thing called Charlotte is Creative, or whatever, and they want people to submit themselves for their articles or whatever. Do you want me to submit you?
I think you can submit Just a Reaper since you're Charlotte now. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I
dang it.
forgot.
Oh well, dang. Ignore that.
Fuck, you already got me. You already got me. All right. So you might as well put on my social security number, which is 027992979.
I remember like I when I was in high school, I jokingly asked my teacher to give me her security number. She get her social security, and she was like, "All right," and she just said her social security, and I was like,
Nice.
and I was like, "That's crazy. Why'd you do that?" She's like, "I know you're not gonna remember it." Like,
And I bet you don't remember it.
yeah, that's true.
Oh shit. That's awesome.
Oh man, she could have said her social security number or not, but the fact that it was, the fact that she was so dead faced when she said that, it was so funny.
Well, you're not gonna remember it, so who cares?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Uh, yeah, I think like if they vet who they put on, then it would make more sense for you to do it and put Just the Reaper on.
Hmm.
Just on the off chance that they vet.
I'm a writer, comic author, and producer. If you want to collab, what is it? If people hire me for anything writing or comic related, they can email me or DM me.
Just like make it like a resume and say like, yeah, I'm also a comedian and I am an artist. Check the back pages of Just a Reaper.
I think a writer, comic author, and producer, because I'm technically doing producer stuff right now, sounds about right. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah, that is impressive, and
Yeah,
nobody,
I think it's impressive. Yeah.
yeah, no one can take that away from you.
Well, don't don't tempt them.
Uh, my mouth was talking. I didn't even think. I didn't even register what I said. What did I say?
He said no one can take that away from you, and I'm like,
Okay.
well, don't tempt them.
Okay. I was like, wait, my mouth.
You're like, oh shit, sorry, I just told you. Whoops.
Oh crap, my mouth was moving.
You're like, oh no.
Like saying the N word on stream where like, I'm already here.
Yeah. Yeah, remember? Yeah, there was that while where like you were like, okay, don't cuss on stream, and I'd be like, okay, and then like there'd be like it'd be like 5 minutes in, and I'm like, nigga. Oh man, the good old days.
don't cut, don't care. It's 5 minutes, nigga, and I like nigga, and then you're like, oh, sorry, my bad, bro, my bad, my dig.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh god, this is funny. So July
uh,
25th. I'm looking for a photo to give them for the thing.
do the photo with you and Sam Hyde.
No, no, I already deleted those photos. The fact that you brought that up, you're such an asshole. You're a
you
dickhead.
can you could have said that never happened.
I mean, it never did happen.
Yeah, it never happened. And
It
even
never
if
happened.
it happened, I am a jerk for mentioning the possibility of that ever happening.
Yeah, exactly. Good. All right, we're on the same page. Cool. Man. That was such a weird. We'll talk about that off stream.
That was awful. I don't know why I did that. That- Fucking bitch.
My stomach hurts. Uh,
Yes, yes, dude.
man.
Uh,
No,
you can't
no.
trust this nigga for shit.
Listen, nobody, no, listen, nobody watches these streams. It's basically lost media as soon as I finish
Well,
recording.
DreamCon is gonna be looking at it.
But are they really gonna be freaking? Okay, so we're fine because uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna scrub through. They're not gonna watch everything because you know how many people already freaking like probably sign up for that.
True.
I don't think they're gonna look at.
True.
And also, we're probably gonna be on like what? This is probably gonna be like a month or 2 months or a couple months old. They're not gonna. They're
Yeah,
not
by
gonna
the
search
time,
back.
yeah, by
Yeah,
the
and I
time
do
they
these.
actually look at us,
I do these streams like all the time. So who cares?
that's fair. That's fair. No,
I
I'm not genuinely worried. I don't give a fuck.
yeah.
Listen, listen. I've done too much on the internet to give a fuck at this point. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like if
Yeah.
anyone's like want to look at me and be like, "Well, listen, you're a fucking asshole" or whatever, all I can be like is like, "You got a point." Like I can't do anything anymore. I'm done. I'm cooked already.
No.
I don't have any money. No one's giving me any type of gigs or anything like that. I'm probably gonna like not
Yeah.
do anything in this. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. But the
Fuck
I.
it.
Yeah. But the idea in my head was just so funny. I had to say it. The idea of it.
It's like niggas getting in touch with fucking like R. Kelly. Like oh shit. Yo, this is fucking killing me. It's like
No, no,
it's
no,
like
no, no,
niggas
no, 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 no. I'm thinking about that one scene from like Let It Shine. Remember that Disney movie where it's
yeah, yeah.
it's like they open it up and they confuse like you with the other guy.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Ugh.
You man, what a guy.
Man, Let It Shine was crazy. Disney movies were
Let It Shine.
crazy.
Yo, they should make another. We should write Let It Shine Part 2, like the reboot.
Yeah, but instead of it being in the church, it's in a mosque. It's about
Yeah, yeah. There we go.
it's about
Yep, yep. Yeah, Mason. Let's try pitching that to Disney
yeah, because we all know
of all people.
yeah, Disney loves Muslims.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not like known as the most racist company ever. Like, they're not so racist that they froze their fucking founder in a cryogenic freezer. Oh man, to preserve his white skin.
Oh man, do you think that's true? I don't think that's true. That'd be interesting.
Uh, Probably not. The
Yeah,
fact that we know about it, then probably not. That's kind of where I'm at.
yeah, yeah. Who honestly like if Disney woke up from his cryogenic sleep, he'd probably kill himself.
Yeah, if he woke up and and he, and he saw that many black people on like a Disney set, he'd probably like,
the
oh hell no.
the
Let's
amount
go.
the amount of blacks, women's, and like Jewish people working at his company is probably gonna be like, nah, it's not Disney. No, put my name off of this.
Dude, he would be so fucking mad. Oh my god, man. He'd be so pissed.
Like your entire life's work, just like thrown to death. Then again, he just wanted to animate. It was pretty much his brother's operation,
Yeah,
from
he
what I
did
heard.
want to like low key. He did just want to chill.
Yeah, he just wanted to be a Newgrounds animator.
Yeah, he'd love Newgrounds. He'd be like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Disney would be like, I miss when Ego Raptor said the N word. That was hilarious.
Oh man, he'd love you Raptor back then. He's like, nah, this is a real man. But then he'd kill himself if we saw Eagle Raptor now.
Oh man. Oh man.
Is Eagle Raptor still alive? Is that like a? Let's see where he's at here.
uh
Ego Raptor.
yeah, he would love JonTron.
Yeah, he would love JonTron. Yeah, he'd love JonTron up until he found out he was like Middle Eastern. Then he'd be like,
Yeah,
oh.
it's like he was like John Trafari. What? It's like,
He's like, what?
It's like, what's his name? John? Oh, I like. Oh yeah, I like this John. What's his last name? Jafari. What? I'm sorry. What?
He'd be like, what is this world coming to?
And they let him
How does he
in.
have a white first name and a last name? How did they let him in here? So I thought you guys said that you guys have horrible immigration laws.
Oh man, I was like, why are we letting Aladdin back in America? What's going on?
Why did they even make that movie?
uh, man.
Hilarious, man.
Man.
Damn, they're still making Game Grumps. They're still doing that.
Oh no, it makes them money. I remember they were joking about that in the future they're gonna have like a freaking Game Grumps blimp that they're all gonna live in or something like that. And be like, I made this brick by brick, me. Or whatever, something like that.
Yeah. I did this brick by brick, and I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
I mean, like, Game Grumps is was basically their in into the gaming industry. Well, it didn't start off that way, but when I remember seeing a video where Aaron saw Game Grumps as a way to break into like video game journalism and like take it seriously, while John was like, "No, I just want to play games."
Yeah, no, if I recall, yeah, that wasn't the reason why John left. He was like, why are you turning this into a like business? Like, this is not what this was. Like,
Yeah,
because we were supposed to, because like they were, so like John Trump was making his stuff, and then Igraptor was doing like other stuff on his channel. So like, Gamecom was supposed to be like a separate, fun little thing.
yeah. It was basically a podcast, a video podcast
Yeah,
that was just made for like to like blow off steam.
I kind of, I feel both of them on that. Like honestly, like I understand both of them.
Yeah,
Like, I see why both the guys were like, "Yo, this is crazy."
yeah. I remember the video that I watched. Like they were like the Game Grumps did a video talking with a production designer on Pacific Rim, and JonTron, he was just so not into it.
Poor guy, man. He got tricked into fucking like Ugraptor tricked him into fucking becoming like a Kentaku. That's not what he signed up for. Poor
uh
guy.
yeah, I get it. I get it. And it sucks
Well,
that
at
I
least now. What were you gonna say?
I said it sucks that I was watching Game Grumps at the tail end of the John era. I remember I was
Yo,
like,
me too.
that was so weird because I was like, let's see what this Game Grumps thing is about. I was like watching a video. Well, I was like watching some of the videos. I'm like, oh man, this is pretty nice. And then John left. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was like, and then they replaced him with just some guy, and I was like, this is not fair.
Some
I
guy.
liked Ninja Sex Party when I was younger, though. I thought they were like funny, like Lonely Island type of group
Yeah,
or whatever. But it didn't make any sense for him to be on Game Grumps.
yeah, and he
Like
didn't.
it really didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and he didn't even know a single thing about video games either. So it was
Yeah, he was
like,
like 40 when they started. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was pretty old. They were both, yeah. Like he was pretty old, kind of
Yeah.
thing. What was his name?
Uh,
Danny or whatever.
yeah, Dan Evadan.
Dan Avidan. That's hilarious. That's his name. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Welcome back to Jew Grumps.
don't do that.
No, that's what they said. That's what they said. I'm quoting them.
Oh yeah. Yo, they did say that. Yeah, yeah. Well, I need to learn how to yes and man. I
That's what they
will immediately.
said. That's what they said. I am quoting them.
I was getting my I was getting mine
said
back, bro.
said by Dan Avidan.
Dan Avidan just sounds like such a like like an Israel prime minister. Like, it's funny to me.
his last name might as well be Israel. Like,
Yeah. He might as well be Netanyahu. Like, that might as well be his last name. Like, it's just so funny. I wonder how he feels about the Israel thing. Do you think he's like for it or like against it?
I think that he is like, I think he's probably against it. I imagine he's probably against it, mostly because he's just a sex, drugs, and rock and roll type of guy. So it would be very weird if he was like, well, actually, guys, like,
Yeah, if he was like this rock and roll kind of guy, like, yeah, dude, 80s, and then he's like, well, actually, guys, like let's just
That's
think
a,
about it for a
he,
little bit.
like, he puts on his intellectual glasses on. He's like, well, if you like go back to the history books.
Yeah, he's like, well, if we look at it from this perspective, yes,
That was as funny as like hearing Tara Strong like being like
yeah,
pro Israel,
yeah,
and I'm like, you're a voice actor and your breasts are huge. Like, what are you doing?
yeah. What do you? That was so funny. That was awesome. I think that was the funniest thing she's ever done. Like she wears like these like what is it, like purely revealing clothes while talking about how like Israel has a right to defend itself. Like, that is crazy. It's fucking nuts. Oh shit. Good for her, man.
Yeah, that's my favorite That's my favorite category of Zionists. Like the ones that like are just entertainers, or
Yeah.
just like, and they're like, well, actually, guys. I'm like, well, actually, stick to the script, dog. Like, what are you doing?
That's just so funny. This is so good.
Like,
Like, oh man, we need to start shouting out creators or entertainers for being Zionists when it's just like clearly the most hypocritical thing you could possibly be. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, to double down on it is just hilarious.
Oh man.
Oh my God, man, that's so funny. Well, actually, guys, what we're playing Sonic 06. Let's talk about the
Oh man, they're freaking playing Call of Duty or something, and they're like, "Well, this reminds me about the atrocities that's happening against the people of Israel." It's like,
I want his opinion on Israel so badly right now. I want to know. I just want to know what could he possibly say that fits in him, for being the Game Grump guy. You know, like like what could he possibly say that's like that people are like, oh yeah, word. Like, we'll trust your word on that.
I think when it comes to stuff like that, like people with influence that are not of like political, well, not
Mhm.
of like that overt political. There's like subvert political, and then there's over political. Over political is like if you're just like I don't know, Ben Shapiro, you know what I mean, or Hassan,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's overt political influence. If you're like arts and media is like subversive, not subversive, but like subvert. You know what I mean? There's overt and like covert. That's the word. Covert political influence. If you're like covert political influence, then like you should not cross the line of overt political opinions. Because when you're like covert and then you go overt, you're like everyone's gonna be thinking like you're a sleeper agent. Like what? Like where did all this come from? Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, like Tara Strong.
Yeah, I'm like, where did this come? Like where did that come from, dude? Like go back to like voicing Timmy Turner or something.
Yeah. She was Timmy Turner. Like for literally about like most of my childhood, she was just Timmy Turner, but she got breast implants once. Like that was her whole thing. And then randomly she was like, "Listen, guys." It's like I don't know if you knew this about me. I also like Israel a lot. Like, what are you talking about, lady?
It's like aren't you the Azareth Minthrions Minthos Synthos or whatever?
Yeah, like what are we doing here? Yeah, and she got kicked off of that one show, didn't she? Like, what is that one thing she was doing? Like, it was like a Kickstarter thing.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was a Kickstarter thing, and it was so lame. I don't even remember.
Kickstarter thing. Yeah, I don't even remember it, but it was like I remember she got kicked off of that, and she was just like, she's like, yeah, this is how they treat Jewish people nowadays, or whatever.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, lady, you need to take a few steps back.
As a Black American, I agree. Here's my note.
As a middle-class Black American.
As a middle-class Black American, I see your struggle. A middle-class Black American who, all intents and purposes, if I described my life, you would think that I'm white. Like, I agree.
as a Black American who's been told white his entire life,
who had people endlessly question his ethnicity, I agree.
who's endlessly questioning his ethnicity, and also who's never really seen Friday before. I agree with you, Sarah Strong. Yes. Yes, dude. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it when like white people they feel 1 ounce of like someone telling them no, and they're like, "Well, this is how it is. Here's how it is."
Me, I guess. Like, yeah.
I guess you just hate my the group that I identify as.
I guess you just hate me. Yeah.
Like everybody, like I can't take people seriously that where they just hate. They act like they hate oppression, but no, everybody loves it. They love oppression.
Yeah, they not only do they love oppression, they love oppress as much as possible.
They love the idea of oppression. They wouldn't say they love the real oppression. They just love the idea of it. And then being in a society where you actually get rewarded for being oppressed.
Yeah.
Like if like nobody really thinks about it at all. Like if you actually have an outlet of saying that you're oppressed, are you really oppressed? If a tree falls in the forest,
how far does that go?
Yeah, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear it, did it really fall?
Yeah.
But
I think it's even worse than that. I don't think it's not even the platform. It's just like how big your platform is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like for Tara Strong, right? Like the fact that she's voiced so many like popular characters and she has like a lot of money. Like it's weird that like
no, like she gets way. I hate comparing and contrasting different lifestyles. She gets paid more money doing one role as an American voice actor. And we're not even talking
American. She's from Canada.
Yeah, exactly. As a Canadian voice actor, than like any voice actor in Japan, and they go hard. They go way harder in like Japanese in Japan.
Yeah, so it's actually really weird that like he's she's even taking this position. Like,
And she's like, "Oh man, I got a." That's so funny. She's like, "I got kicked off of this Kickstarter. That's why they hate people like us." And then she just goes to voice like Raven from Teen Titans Go, DC's longest running animated show.
and then they pay her so much fucking money they won't even pay the guy that has like cancer on the
Yeah.
They're telling the guy with like I forget what he had, like it's like cancer or something.
Yeah.
They're like, sorry guys, we can't give you any money. We have to give it to Tara Strong.
That dude got like illnesses back to back. Like somebody wants him dead, and like as soon as he
Exactly. Like
and as soon as one illness got like shown, got like publicized, like that's when Warner Brothers were like, "Nah, son, goodbye."
no. Niggas like niggas at Warner Bros. Found that out and it went down the ladder. He got a call from his agent and his agent's like, "Yo, dude, like you're done." Like what? He's like, "Sorry, it came from the top." It's like the mall is telling me to shut down the
They
food truck, buddy.
yeah, they kicked him out like he got cooties or something.
They kicked him out like Tara Strong said to kick him out.
Like she's show running like Netanyahu or something.
Oh shit.
Man, I gotta delete this episode.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Man, this was supposed to be episode 1.
This episode of the thing. You're like, oh, I gotta delete this. Oh
Yeah,
man,
I
that's
was,
what it's all about.
when I started this, I'm like, let me think. I should probably start my talk show. And I'll stream this morning. I'll call it the Morning Grind. That sounds nice. Morning Grind, episode 1. And then it's
You revived me on it immediately. We're just going like, we're talking about how Tara Strong was using her influence to fuck up everybody's lives for Israel. Uh, oh man, she's like Shadow Moses in Metal Gear. Like, she's like a fucking like villain. Oh man, but she was in Big Time Rush, so
Oh yeah, true. She
I do
was.
appreciate that.
I'm trying to remember. She was in a lot of things. But none of them comes to mind. None of them comes to mind. But shout out Tara Strong.
Yeah, no, honestly, oh god, like I'm not gonna lie, like yeah, even though she's like she she's
think
like
about what you're
she's
gonna
like
say.
blood.
Don't think about what you're gonna say.
Okay, all right. So never mind. I wasn't gonna say anything. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh man.
Shout out Tara Strong. She's nice.
Yeah, she's nice. I'm sure she's a nice woman.
But what if? What if? What? What if? What if she isn't?
Man. We gotta get her to voice Malik as a sign of goodwill.
Yeah, no, yeah, we need her. I would, dude. You know how excited I'd be if she did a voice for anything that we've made. I'd be so happy. I mean, like, I think I'd really question why she's doing it. I'd be like, well, I know you were Ben 10, but like, speaking of 10, there was 10 different bombings and like I gotta really ask what you're doing this for. But I don't know, I'd be so excited.
No, I know you're doing it like an Israelite. It's like you were Ben 10. Let's break it down. I've seen there's Ben 10 bombings in Gaza.
You know what I mean? Do the science. I'm tapping my temple. Like,
you bring out the kufi. I can. there's been 10 mistreatments of my Palestinian brothers and sisters. And there's been 10 reasons why I dislike Benjamin Netanyahu. Like,
you probably got your breast implants from Palestinians.
come on, man. Actually, who cares?
What did I do?
I don't know.
Did she not do that?
I don't know. Did she go on records of saying that?
I forget where I heard that, but I did hear that she got breast implants. I don't think she did that from. I don't think she got it from Palestinians, but I mean, considering she's a Zionist, I don't know what she'd do. So, like, I can't really tell you. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I can't tell you what she would or would not do.
That's true. I don't know her.
Oh yeah, I don't know her either. So she's maybe she's a nice girl.
You know what? Nice lady. You know what? Maybe I should keep this up because we're nobodies and nobody cares. But when we like reach like a threshold of like getting people with the Voice Actors Guild, I gotta put a reminder on my phone and be like, delete episode 1. It's like we become showrunners.
How about this? You delete this episode, but next time we do this, next time we do the Norman grind, we'll remember that, hey, we got to be careful what we say about certain people.
Man.
Hold on. To be fair though, to be fair to me, and to be fair to you, she's the one that's the designer. We didn't tell her to do that. She did it, so it's like it's not like.
Well, I mean, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is publicly accessed information.
Yeah, and then not only that, it's not like we told her to say all that fucking like evil shit about those Palestinian people. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, she said it. I was listen, and then also she's white, we're black. I feel like we get to say this type of stuff, right? I thought that. Well, no, I think black men can't say stuff about white women, but black women can say stuff about black women, and then black men can say stuff about white men. Wait, is that how that works? I forget how the crossover works now.
Okay, so in my headcanon, like black men and women, they can speak about white people in general. Black men and white women, men and women. But black men can't speak bad about black women, and black women can speak ill about everybody, just off of the strength. And white men can only speak ill towards white women and white men and black men. But if they say anything ill about black women, that's like a big no-go. Saying ill about black men, that's like more acceptable because yeah, whatever, nobody cares about men in general. But black women, they're like no.
Black women, no. Okay, that makes sense. That's fair.
And white women can speak ill about white men, but not about black people.
Cool.
They will just get like tossed aside like that Homies Over Hoes music video from the Boondocks.
Homies Over Hoes. Yo, shout out Carl Jones. He's
yeah. We talked to him. He said like he's for the Palestinians.
Don't put that on the nigga.
I met him once, and he was like, we didn't talk about it, but I got the vibe that this is a political. Okay, everybody knows that's a joke. Everybody knows that.
He sees this video, he comes out, he's like, actually, guys, I'm completely against. Alright, that was funny. That was
yeah, Carl Jones is like, actually, I do believe that the land was promised to them 3,000 years ago.
It was promised to them several millenniums ago, like Star Wars.
Yeah. Long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Far away, yep. That is so stupid. What? This is a good. If we didn't have to delete this, I'd say this is a pretty good first episode.
Man. Yeah. Yeah,
Yo, did
but
you know the guy who created fucking Ned's Declassified created Johnny Test?
I'm not surprised. I think I've heard about that before, but so I'm not surprised.
That's so crazy.
I feel like the guy
I
who
used to
created
love
Johnny
Johnny
Test.
Test.
I think the guy who created Johnny Test, like that's his Scooby Doo. It just won't die. I mean, now
Yeah,
that
he
it's
made
dead.
Ned's Classified. He made Ned's Classified. He made Big Time Rush. That guy was going crazy for a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
he
I'm not
wasn't
gonna
as
lie.
bad.
Yo, yo, from 2004 to like 2013, he was in his bag. That's crazy.
I know he was zen about like I make children's cartoons. That's what I do.
Yeah, I make children's cartoons and I make children's content, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna get my bag and I'll get out of here. If Dan Snyder wasn't such a creep, he probably would probably be in that conversation too.
Yeah, if he didn't get freaking what was that Jamaican guy? What was that black guy that he got to say like he's not a creep?
Oh yeah. What was it, Antoine or whatever? No.
Yeah.
What was that? Yeah, what was that Jamaican guy who? Yeah, what was his name? Because he had an oddly racist name. It was fuck, Tebow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if he didn't get like if he didn't get Tebow to go on that apology tour with him, that would have been I actually
yo, he really did
yeah.
that. He really did that. Oh shit! Oh my god! He brought that nigga Tebow out. I was gonna cover him. From... he was like TiVo just had a bunch of apology letters on a stick.
It's all skewered, so you can barely read them.
I can barely read it. Oh my god, man.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this up. I don't care. This
Oh fuck.
oh
Damn
man.
it.
When as soon, dude, like as soon as like we get like some email saying yeah, like your project can be a part of the voice actors guild, that's when I'm gonna be like, all right, this is gone forever.
Okay. I mean, I feel like okay, here's what I'll say. I feel like it's not that bad, but then it is kind of bad. But I don't care, I guess. I don't care. You know what? Fuck it. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's 12.
Okay, but hold on.
Go ahead.
Can we just say, you know what I mean? Tara Strong, she really carried our childhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
she was good. Good.
however,
Comma.
she is his Zionist. That's her prerogative. That's her problem.
That is publicly accessible information. Understood.
Yes, we did not make that up. She totally did that.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for this stream, this morning grind.
Yeah, hopefully this episode is deleted, but if it's not, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Bye guys.
Later.